You're listening to Tiger Cats at the Half.
This is the place to be, Tim Hortons Field on a Friday night. QEW rivals going toe-to-toe here at Tim Hortons Field. One half of football is in the books, and it's the Argonauts leading the hometown Hamilton Tiger Cats 20-3. Bubba O'Neil along with Andy Fantuz here for Tiger Cats at the Half, presented by My Insurance Broker. Andy, what are you seeing so far?
Well, to me, the difference really comes down to execution. The Toronto receivers have just been making some huge plays downfield on the ball. Chad Kelly looks real sharp. He's able to scramble around in the pocket and make some great throws downfield. And the Ticats on defensively have had some missed tackles that have extended the yardage and extended some drives. Other than that, the scoreboard shows a lot more disparity than what I see with the eye tests on the field. Yeah, the Ticats have had 7 penalties for 50 yards versus 2 for the Toronto Argonauts for only 25 yards. But honestly, it comes down to just that execution when it counts. Making the plays downfield when they're there to be made, and the Ticat receivers in the contested catches have not been able to make them down in the end zone and for some key first downs. So forcing the Ticats to punt, and the Argonauts are ending up with touchdowns.
What are you seeing from the young Powell at this point?
I don't mind what I'm seeing. I think he's spreading the ball around. He's moving in the pocket. He's kind of remind me a little bit of Chad Kelly, if I'm being honest. But we haven't seen as many throws downfield from Taylor Powell. It's mostly the short and intermediate passes. And now with the score being 20-3, there's going to have to be some shots taken downfield and allow some of these receivers to make some plays for him.
Quick little rundown of the score here. First quarter, Dukes with a 1-yard QB sneak. Coming off the 50-yard reception from Kelly to Brissett, an incredible reception. Second quarter, Argos go up 14-0, an 8-yard pass, Kelly to Gittins Jr. And then coming off an interception by Peters, it is a 32-yard touchdown connection, Kelly to Daniel. And then just at the end of the half, the Tiger Cats do get something going. Then they respond as they get inside the score zone, but have to settle for a 19-yard Mark Leggio field goal. 20-3 through 30 minutes of football. Who knows what can happen in the second half? I'm sure there will be plenty of adjustments to come. One of the special things about one of the things that the home games here in Hamilton, and especially for us here on the Ticats Audio Network at halftime, we get to bring in our alumnus of distinction. He played for the Tiger Cats from 2009 to 2011 in some years where I thought the franchise was just kind of reestablishing itself in the community, and they certainly had some success. He wore number 5, and he ran that offense. Kevin Glenn, it's awesome to see you right now. I'm looking at you right now, and I feel like I'm still sticking a microphone in front of you. Like you just came off the field.
It's great for me to hear that from you, because that means I've been taking care of myself.
Yes.
I've been hearing that all night. A lot of fans have been saying, are you here back to play? And I'm like, no, I'm just here as a fan, and just to be honored. And it's great to be back, man. It's great to see familiar faces. I've built a lot of friendships here. And it's a great place. It's a great place to play and just to come back and visit. I got to make more visits back here, just not to get honored, with the alumnus distinction, but to come back and support the team.
Kevin, the ageless wonder, it's great to see you here. You're here with your beautiful family, your wife Asha, your son Caleb, and daughter Dylan. I just got to quickly run through some stats here because it's really incredible. 18 years in the league, the only player to play for all 9 of the CFL teams. You won the Tom Pate Award for contributions on and off the field in 2011. East All-Star and East MOP in 2007. You were the passing leader in 2007. 502 yards, the last Hamilton quarterback to pass for over 500 yards in 2009. You had over 4,000 completions, over 52, almost 53,000 yards, almost 300 touchdowns.
Hall of Fame.
I hear it.
Just
I love
incredible,
it.
Man. Just incredible.
And then I was just talking to someone earlier today. You don't realize it until you actually finish and you see it. you know, because while you're in the game and while everything is kind of going on, a career, you're so focused, you know, on playing well and having success or trying to have success and building the team camaraderie and winning for the franchise and organization that you don't even get to, like, sometimes even see exactly what's going on or what you're doing. 'Cause I didn't even know I was the last Ticat quarterback to throw for over 500 yards, you know, in the game. So I think I remember that game, too. I think it was against Montreal.
That's right, in Montreal.
In Montreal,
yep.
See? So it's great
41-38.
Yes, it's great to hear those kind of things, you know. So, like I said, it's great to be back. I mean, I love the fans here in Hamilton. I was talking earlier, too, about, you know, it's never a dull moment. It's never a dull moment here in Hamilton. And these fans have a lot of one-liners, especially, with, like you said, from that QEW rival up the street. They love talking smack against the Argonauts.
Well, we were talking off air about, you know, your memories of Tim Hortons Field. You came here as an opponent, but this is kind of your first time experiencing it from a home perspective and just kind of taking in all the sights. What do you think of the new project here?
I love it, man. It's a great stadium, a great atmosphere too. Just standing out, you know, on the field before the game and actually being able to see all the fans and stuff. It doesn't seem like it's a bad seat in the stadium, you know. So paying a ticket to come see a game here, you can actually feel the game, you know, from the stands. So it's great. I got a chance to visit the Alumni Lounge. Actually, my bobblehead, you know, from I think from 2009 or 10 is in the showcase. So it's awesome when you see those kind of things. Like I said, it's great to be back, seeing a lot of familiar faces, guys that I played with, even the individuals that are part of the organization, from the accountant, the people in ticket sales. Got a chance to see Bob up top in his suite, and Scott Mitchell. So it's great to be back.
So you got a guy that was under your wing in 2007. You unfortunately went down in the East Final, and Ryan Dinwiddie got his first ever CFL start in that Grey Cup game that year. And now he's doing his thing as a coach, the most winningest coach in Toronto Argonaut history. Smaller sample size than some of those guys, but regardless, he's really, you know, he must have learned a thing or two from you.
I always say that. We still keep in touch. You know, we still talk to this day. So I always kid him and tell him that, you know, the reason why you're having all this success is because we were together in Winnipeg. But it's funny that you say that, because back in Winnipeg when we were there together, we did a lot of game planning and putting the game plans together as an offense, as quarterbacks in the group. Doug Berry at the time, he gave a lot of onus on the quarterbacks at the time. So we would sit after practice, you know, day 3, and put game plans together, you know, as a quarterback group. Kingsbury was in that, Cliff was in there with us, and Zach Taylor. So when you see, you know, everybody in that room actually become coaches, I could see it back in 2007 that, you know, one day, you know, one of us is going to be a coach somewhere.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, you're all ended up coaching.
We're all ending up coaching.
You know, we're running short on time, unfortunately. The halves are so short here, but I'll tell you, don't be mad at me. But my biggest memory of you, unfortunately, was a game and a loss.
Oh.
That crossover game at the old barn against the BC Lions.
I know it.
You drove that ball late in the fourth quarter down the field, a touchdown pass to Stala, the 2-point conversion to Marquis McDaniel. I remember that was a 30,000-seat facility at the time at Old Ivor Wynn. That place went nuts.
It felt like 100,000 that night. I know exactly what you're talking about, because I want to say that may have been the game that I think I might have hurt my knee. I went out and I came back out, and when I came back out, the fans just went nuts. And I know exactly. I just got to chill through my body when you start talking about that play.
You and Casey Printers back and forth. That was a really, really good game. Wow.
What do the Cats have to do here in the second half?
I think they need to open up on offense. I mean, and then get a couple of turnovers on defense. You know, help the young quarterback out. That's one thing that being in this league for so long that I seen help young quarterbacks is the defense playing well and getting turnovers. Just giving the offense more opportunities. But I think they need to just go ahead and let them go in the second half. Get the ball up in the air, throw a couple 50-50 balls. I know Andy knows a lot about that. You know, and give those receivers from Hamilton, let them have the same opportunity that those receivers from Toronto are having.
Yeah, sure thing.
Well, I'll tell you, it's just fantastic for you to join us. I know the people here in this stadium, they really appreciate the work you put in, not only on the field, but in the community. So glad to see you, number 5. Kevin Glenn, the alumnus of distinction for today on a big rivalry on a Friday night football. Doesn't get any better. Thank you for checking out with us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
20-3, folks. We're getting ready for the second half. RJ Broadhead along with Luke Tasker on the call. Let's get ready for it. That's all coming up next. Argos, Ticats. The rivalry continues on the Ticats Audio Network.